He cannot go around without a minimum of high school education because you will amount to nothing in this life. This life is about one thing, and this country is about one thing. And if this last election shows you anything, this country is about one thing and one thing only. This, the almighty dollar. John Melendez.
Yes, sir.
Melendez, you're charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay. Hey, make sure they don't take him down, huh? Okay. Please.
So the defendant was the back passenger in the car. Officers attempted to initiate a traffic stop at around midnight after observing the vehicle run a stop sign. Officers activated emergency lights and sirens, and the driver disregarded them, turning off all lights on the car. The driver drove for approximately 0.4 miles before driving off of the road and into a grassy area. A felony traffic stop was conducted. During the search, officers discovered an unholstered handgun on the back passenger floorboard where the defendant's feet were. Officers noted that this gun was reported as stolen. The defendant was found wearing latex gloves on one hand.
How do you know it's him?
It was found at his feet, Judge. So it was within his wingspan.
Melendez.
That it was his?
Yeah, but I'm telling them so they know.
Oh. Sorry, Judge, I'm gonna try to see if we have the offense report yet.
Okay.
So,
We have more Raymonds, right? So just, Mr. Melendez, take a seat for me over there. We'll give. Come up, Mr. Melendez. Are you with him? Who are you? Come on up, Mom. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Mr. Melendez is charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. He's facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. The last that we were doing probable cause, and I wanted to see whether there was actual probable cause to go forward or not. From what I gather, I mean, do you want to go ahead and read it so that she can hear it? Do you mind?
Yes, Judge, I can.
Okay.
So these charges stem from an evading arrest in a motor vehicle. This defendant was the back passenger in the car. Officers attempted to initiate a traffic stop at around midnight after observing the defendant vehicle run a stop sign. Officers activated emergency lights and sirens, and the driver of the vehicle disregarded them, turning off all lights in the vehicle, attempting to evade arrest. The driver drove for approximately 0.4 miles before driving off of the road and into a grassy area. A felony traffic stop was conducted. During the search of the vehicle, officers discovered an unholstered handgun on the back passenger floorboard where the defendant's feet were. They also found another handgun underneath the passenger seat itself.
So they found two handguns?
Yes, Judge.
This was an initial.
I know.
So
it's not in the
Where's the
script.
first gun?
The first one is directly under the defendant's feet. The second one is in front of the defendant under the passenger seat.
Okay.
So one on the floorboard directly in front of him, he has care, custody, and control, and one of them directly under the passenger seat in front of him, which is unoccupied. And the defendant was also found, the gun was reported stolen notably, and this defendant had latex gloves on his hand at the time.
Do you have anything else?
No, Judge, the co-defendant was charged with evading arrest in a motor vehicle and unlawful carry of a weapon, pinning the gun under the passenger seat on him. So the gun under the floor, on the floorboard where the defendant's feet were, we are alleging is this defendant's gun. He has care, custody, and control of that. The one under this passenger seat is the defendant driver's.
Yes, with the fact that he has a glove on.
Yes, Judge.
Stop. Now's not the time. You have the right to remain silent. Exercise that right. How many people did you say were in the car?
Two people, Judge, defendant driver and defendant passenger.
Who is the driver?
The driver,
And what relation is it to Mr. Melendez here?
they both are 17-year-olds, Judge. It looks like they may be friends. I don't know if there's any other relationship, but they're both 17.
What do you do with yourself these days? Doing what?
Auto detail. Auto detail.
Did you graduate from high school?
Not yet.
Are you in high school?
In the program.
What is he doing with himself these days, Mom?
He's working full-time.
But he's not in school.
He was currently doing a homeschool program, but I got behind on the payments. So until I can catch up, he can continue his homeschool program.
We have resources here that can help you get into free schooling to help him because I want him to get his GED. He cannot go around without a minimum high school education because you will amount to nothing in this life. This life is about one thing, and this country is about one thing. And if this last election shows you anything, this country is about one thing and one thing only. This, the almighty dollar. And if you don't have money, you don't have anything. You will not have anything in life. You will not have a wife. You will not have a house. You will not have vacations, car. If you don't have an education, you will not have money in your life. The journey that this life is, it's either a great journey with money, vacations, things to do, or it can be a rotten toilet of an existence where you're in and out of jail, no money, living on the street, begging just to be able to eat. You are now at 17 with no prospects. It's not going to happen anymore. This system will not fail you. Do you understand?
Sir,
If I go test you now, what are you going to test positive for?
it's marijuana.
I'm sending you now. What else? If you're lying to me, it's not going to go well for
Should
you.
be.
I'm sending you now because I want to know what, if anything. You are not to hang out with this person anymore in the car. Do you understand?
Sir,
You are to get back into school or start any kind of program to start working your GED. And I will test you. And the next time you test positive for anything, I'm going to keep you with me. Chances are your mom doesn't have a lot of money. I'll make it a high bond. Your butt's going to stay in custody. You get my drift.
sir.
I want him to follow your rules. And if he gives you any grief, any kind of headache, you let me know and I'll take care of it. I really want what's best for him. And if he's out in the middle of the night, hanging out with, it's not going to happen. So I'm also going to put a curfew on you so you're not out in the middle of the night. Do you understand?
Sir.
No weapons as well. No drugs, alcohol, random testing. We will test you to say we will test you today to see what you're going to test positive for. And we'll give you a weapon. I'll give you a weapon. I'll give you a lawyer. No weapon. I will give you a lawyer and I will pay for everything for you so that nothing comes out of your pocket. But understand, I mean business and I will not take any excuses from you. Do you understand this? Okay, man, take a seat. 10 p.m.
We keep it working like Oouchie the boss. We tryna catch out like we hit us a fault. We gotta win, ain't taking no